Welcome everyone. My name is Konstantin and this is Inside Russia. I welcome you from Tashkent, Uzbekistan, where I am located here physically, but my heart, my soul and my mind is in Russia, and I'm going to be telling you about Russia today. Another update. I hope this stream is clean, no buffering. I've tried fixing things up technically. Mods, would you please give me 5x5 if you can? Looks like Yarn Prepper is back. She just emailed me seconds ago. Robert Bates, the usual suspects, Lorna. Welcome. Thank you so much. Mods are absolutely fantastic. I have the best team in the world, keeping my back safe, keeping me safe. Thank you so much. Today I would like, as usual, schedule my live stream in two major parts. First part is my message. I'm shutting off all comments, the possibility of sending comments, sending super chats, super stickers, super stickers, so that I deliver message loud and clear with no interruptions. And the second part of the stream, I will turn the comments on and I would love to hear your opinions and your feedback. Thank you. So what is it today? You see this event that started on the 24th of February by my country, a real tragic event. This is not just Ukraine. This is not just Ukraine. The situation in Ukraine is absolutely terrible. It's hard to imagine that a country can be bombed, whatever is happening there can be happening. This is a tragedy and it's still breaking my heart, not just mine, millions of Russians as well. But what's going on, all this news, all these things that concern this event, they're not just happening in Ukraine. I understand that Ukraine is the hotspot. People die there every single day. Ukrainians, Russians, and again, that's a tragedy. I don't even know what to say about that. But other countries and Russia are also affected, have been affected, and some countries, like some effects will be so long lasting and profound on Russia that at this point we are yet to understand their significance and their strength on Russia, so to speak. I start noticing things. I am in the minority because when I try to speak to other Russians about that, they dismiss me. They either laugh or they ridicule me or they simply, I cannot get through to them. They say, they don't listen. But I think what I say and what I see is really, really significant and really important. And my message today is about, well, as you saw, brain drain, what is happening in Russia right now. I've noticed with my own eyes, I've experienced it, and I would like to share this with you. You see, what is the most valuable asset of any country? Is it mineral, natural resources? Is it the seas with ports? Is it, land that the country can grow things on, agricultural products? Mountains, beautiful beaches so the tourists can come? That is all important, but that is secondary. The most valuable asset of any country is its people. All smart, developed, advanced countries try to invest into its people. If you look at European countries such as Germany, Poland, France, Italy, Spain, Greece, the northern countries, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Iceland, you will see that these countries have excellent educational systems for young children and excellent high educational systems. Colleges, universities, etc., postgraduate schools. If you look at the United States, Great Britain, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, you will find the same. Excellent education systems. Why? This education system, they cost money to taxpayers, actually a great deal of money. And why would you have them? Because this is the most important and the biggest, the most precious investment a country can ever make. It's investment into its people, into the future. Because, we countries, different countries, we all compete in a global marketplace. We compete for resources, and it's okay to compete fairly. It's not okay to start and go bombing other countries, okay? But it's okay to compete. It's okay to attract people with better conditions. It's okay to educate people who are born in your country, or bring foreigners and educate in your country. That's also good. That's hugely important, because all those attempts made by countries, by developed countries, to educate youngsters, children, and young adults, is the countries know that they gonna be getting multiplier effect in receiving benefits back in the future. Once a person is educated, a person creates value for the country, for the economy, for the society. A person promotes country's products in the global markets. The person makes money and pays taxes, so the wealth of country multiplies. Educated person spreads culture of this country throughout the world. Okay, that's what the education is. And every single country try to pump money, pump efforts, pump resources into educating children and adults. Now, once people are educated, they go into labor force and they look for jobs, they start working. Some go and get employed by companies, and some start their own companies. The entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are a very small part of population and of workforce, but the most precious part, because these people, they are adventurous, they are risk takers, they are motivated, they are energetic, full of energy, they are smart, they lead people, they leaders. And the most precious asset of labor force of any country is entrepreneurs. Now, what happens if young people who are full of energy, full, motivated, open their companies, become computer programmers, IT professionals, and they work and they're happy and everything is good in their world? What happens when all of a sudden starts a military operation somewhere? These young people, most of them, they stop being comfortable about it, because I believe that young people are better than us older people. Okay, they look at the world at glasses with pink lenses, so to speak. They're young, they're naive, they don't have much of disappointment in their hearts. Okay, and just to prove my point is, Many young Russians, if not all, well, probably not all. There's not such a thing as 100%, but many, I would say majority. That's my opinion, disclaimer. I could be wrong, okay, but this is my opinion. Most Russian young people do not support the event in Ukraine. And every one of them is different. Some people take it very personally, like I do, and some people take it not so personally, but they still do not support. Their motto is make love, no war. Okay, that's what they say. That's what how they live. And what happens when the government starts pushing the agenda and young people don't like this agenda, don't agree, and don't go along with it? It doesn't take too much brain to figure this out. Young people who are full of energy, full of self confidence, okay, that they can do anything they want in this life, they simply do not argue, but they pick up, they get up and leave the country for good or perhaps for some time. There are many places that welcome young people. There are many places where conditions exist that are good for young professionals. Business culture, opportunities to open companies for foreigners, open bank accounts for foreigners. Like if you go to Russia, it's really hard if you're not Russian citizen or a resident to open a company, to do banking, stuff like that. Other countries, like pretty much all other countries I know, it's much easier. So young kids get up and leave. And you know what? That happens just like that. Go watch this young YouTube couple, minimalist Russian girl, Victoria, and her husband, Tolik. You know how long it took them to get up and leave Russia for Uzbekistan? They're living in Bukhara now. I watched their video. They made decision on the go. They came home. They did not even wash the dishes, dirty dishes. They left dirty dishes in kitchen sink. They simply booked tickets online and they were gone just like that. They locked up the apartment and their dishes, dirty dishes, are still there. That's how fast many Russians, young Russians, make decisions and leave. I literally know dozens and dozens of people who have left. When I came to, well, I I had to leave Russia. I went to Uzbekistan for a business venture, for a business trip, but I was basically doing the same kind of steps as Russian Russians who leave Russia for, due to some other reasons. And I saw how many people were around me leaving for Uzbekistan. I bump into Russians every single day in restaurant banks and in stores, simply walking around enjoying Tashkent because it's wonderful spring weather around 30 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius every day, and like in the 80s Fahrenheit. And people who fled from St. Petersburg, from Moscow, from Siberia, they come to Uzbekistan and they're amazed how warm this place is. And all the trees are blossoming and they just simply walk around with kids or just couples and enjoying what they're seeing, okay? There are so many Russians in Uzbekistan. There are so many Russians in Turkey, in Georgia, in Armenia. These are the countries that are very close to Russia culturally, and it's a lot of people have been to Armenia, to Georgia, to Turkey as tourists visiting. They know these countries. They're not afraid to go there. So they just picked up and left. And guess what? Many of them are very happy in their new countries. What other countries? Obviously, the people who have visas to the United States, they go to the United States, Great Britain, European countries. I have not heard much about Eastern European countries such as Romania, Poland, Hungary, Serbia, but perhaps there are quite a few Russians there. Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, is hugely popular. Okay, some people claim they go on vacation. Some people, they just don't want to announce that they left Russia for good. They're afraid for retaliation in Russia. No one can retaliate if you go out for a long vacation, right? But if you say, no, I left Russia, I had to flee because I disagree with certain policies, they can retaliate in Russia against you. But there are indicators that Russians, especially young Russians, a lot of them, have left for a long time because the price of real estate in Turkey, in some areas where Russians go to, Antalya, uh, Alanya, like the southern Anatolian coast, Istanbul, have gone up 2 to 2.5 times due to increased demand, instant increased demand. It means that the Russians come with the money and they buy in real estate. They're not taking mortgages or anything like that. They saved up, they bring large amounts of money, and they buy real estate, apartments, houses. Some sell their apartments in Russia, transfer money to Turkey, to Georgia, to Dubai, and buy apartments. That means long term. For some people, it means forever. I have experienced this situation here myself in Uzbekistan. I made a decision to go on a business trip, well, quite unexpectedly. Called up a friend of mine. I have tons of friends. I lived here for 2 years and I did business in Uzbekistan. Made videos. If you want, you go and check them out. I made videos, couple videos on literally in details. I was telling you how I was living here and what I was doing in Uzbekistan back 10 years ago. So anyway, I called up a couple of my friends and I said, I'm flying tonight. They didn't ask questions, said, okay, fine, we'll help you out. So I made it. I was met at the airport, brought to one of my friends' home. I crashed for a couple days. Was looking for an apartment, and my friend was like, hey, listen, we'll find you a place in a day or two. Don't worry about it. It's not expensive. It's a couple $100 a month. We started looking. He called up his real estate agents, and they said, you kidding me? For the last 3 weeks, the prices have gone up twice, 3 times, and no one wants to rent short term. And I just wanted to rent an apartment for 1 month only. And they're like, that's a problem because everyone's long term. And demand is so great, supply is so short. I was looking for an apartment for 4 or 5 days. I found a decent apartment, actually a real good one in the center of the city with like great stuff, Western renovation, everything. And it was $800, 8 or 850. Very expensive, unheard of. And the owners were like, hey, listen, you Russians keep on coming back. The demand is so great. You should be lucky. We want to rent it to you for one month. And I said, okay, I'll think about it. And then in about a couple hours, I called them up and I said, I want to take it. And they said, oh, you know what? We rented it out. 2 hours, okay? And from that point, at that point, I decided to take any apartment on the spot that I like. That's where I am right now. $500, far from perfect, but hey, it's a roof over my head. Uzbekistan is full of Russians. Again, I saw Russians along with me on the plane. I stood in line with Russians, a huge line of Russian citizens getting into Uzbekistan. I keep on bumping into them everywhere, every single day. And, it's obvious they're Russian. They're people with Moscow accent speaking Russian. White skin. Uzbeki have tans because, it's been sunny all winter. But Russians are completely white and you can spot them right away. So this is what's happening. Similar situations all over the countries where Russians go to. I just watched a live stream of Dari Step, beautiful Russian young girl who fled to, well, she also went on a business trip, to Turkey. She's in, I think, she's in Istanbul, and in the stream she was saying same thing. The banks used to be so easy to open a bank for non-resident in Turkey. Now the banks, it's become much more difficult because so much more Russians started coming in. Then it's so much more expensive to rent an apartment because the demand is so much higher. Same thing happening as in Uzbekistan, okay? And guess what? Let's talk about who is leaving. First, computer programmers. Many of them have luxury working out of any place that has decent internet. Guess what happened? Many computer programmers got up and left in late February and early March. And there were so many of them that the Russian government started worrying, and the Russian officials started speaking up about that. There's industry talk, and industry experts, they started saying, you know what, there's a catastrophe happening in Russia. Computer programmers are the cream of the crop. Country gotta have computer programmers to claim a place in the modern society. And what's happening in Russia? Everyone's leaving. Then the Russian officials came out and said many statements, different officials. In the different statements, some of the statements were like, they can't do that. How they can leave Russia? And everyone was like, well, they're not going to ask you, okay? Then there was another person, he came up and he said, we got to do something for the programmers. We're going to do the cyber army, and all the programmers are going to get enrolled into the cyber army, and that way we will make sure that they will not go and fight on a battlefield. So their time in the cyber army will count as, time in the army. Okay, they can be subscribed or drafted while they're in the cyber army. And to me, that sounds absolutely, well, how do I say safely? Strange. Funny. Okay. I don't want to get in trouble for criticizing Russian officials, but when computer programmers heard about the cyber army, even more people, and they're all mostly younger people, in their 20s and 30s, they got up and left. And this is basically what they showed to people who were saying, no, you cannot leave, you have to stay, this is your motherland, why you going someplace that no one is waiting for you there, what are you gonna do, you don't speak the language, and so forth. And they showed this. And they said, thank you, but no thank you, goodbye, and left. And you know what? A lot of people are doing in Tbilisi, in Armenia, in Uzbekistan even. Uzbekistan has just announced that it's gladly, like it's announcing a program, take computer programmers who are fleeing Russia as political refugees. Uzbekistan. Now, so you to understand, Uzbekistan had always been the home of the migrants into Russia. People would go to Russia and do very low paid, hard work labor jobs. Uzbekistan, a lot of people from the mountains, don't speak Russian. They just go and do difficult jobs for cheap. And now this country right here announcing that it's going to accept all Russian programmers, highly skilled workers, and give them shelter, give them asylum, okay, that are fleeing Russia. This is absolutely unheard of. It's crazy. So, and it's not just computer programmers, it's people entrepreneurs, who know that they can go to different places and actually create their life from scratch again, build up, start from zero and be successful, learn the language, open business there, assimilate into the culture, learn other countries' ways and things like that. These people are needed in Russia because they're the best of the best. Okay, they are the ones, the engine behind the economy. They are the ones that propel Russia into the future. These are the people that Russia, any country, should nurture from the very early age and give them best education. Once they get educated, you know, give them best conditions to stay in the country and create value to make country better. Okay, these people that they should be nurtured, and the conditions in my country are right now are that these people get up and leave. Some live in a planned manner and some live in a rush. This is a tragedy in the making. This is, again, we cannot hear, we cannot understand, we cannot feel the short-term effect of this happening, but the long-term effects on Russia, on Russian economy and on Russian society, the long-term effects are going to be absolutely devastating. And I, as an economist, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing it's happening. There's another wave, tsunami happened in the ocean, and the tidal wave, the tsunami is happening. The earthquake happened, and tsunami is coming. And that tsunami, in this particular case, is Russian young professionals of any kind leaving Russia for good, fleeing Russia. Okay, who's going to be left here? People working for the government? Well, good luck to you building the economy. Good luck to you building, rebuilding markets. Good luck to you. I know where it leads to. I've been there before. I know that place was called the USSR. This is where we're going back very fast to. Okay? So, to sum up my message today, in a very few short points, educational systems are so important in all countries because they provide for creating well-educated, motivated, energetical, self-assured people who go into the workforce and propel country into the future, create value, create money for the country, make country more competitive in the global marketplace. Hugely important. Countries, one of the country's most important goals is to create people like that, educate and nurture young professionals so they work for the country and make it better and stronger. The event in Russia happened, and a lot of Russian young professionals started leaving Russia for some time or for good. Some of them were just leaving, some of them fleeing. Some of them, it took them some time to get prepared and leave. Some of them left in a hurry. What's going on right now, is going to have a very long-lasting and very bad effect on Russia, Russian society, and Russian economy. Yet, countries who welcome Russian young professionals are going to benefit in a great manner. Georgia, Armenia, Uzbekistan, Dubai, Turkey, just a few countries who are going to benefit. They're just getting gold for free. They haven't done anything to get these people, but the circumstances are in place that these people just arriving, and they're going to be working for the countries, creating value in the countries and enriching societies. This is the tragedy in the making we're seeing right now, and this what I'm reporting to you right now from Russia. This has been my message for today. The brain drain is happening, it's real, and dumb people don't understand the effects. Smart people understand, and they're horrified. I am horrified. I'm going to turn on the comments. Would you please give me feedback? I would love good feedback. No hate comments, please. Keep this chat clean. Listen to what mods get to say. They know what to do, they're experienced. They know more than you do about what's happening, and they're trying to keep me safe. So please listen to them and follow their guidelines. And I'm turning commenting of this live stream on. And please let me know what do you think of this message. Do you agree or disagree? Chat is on for the subscribers who are subscribers longer than 2 hours. And the person can post no more than once in 60 seconds. There you go. Done. So what do you think? Do you agree with me or disagree? Let me just get this message window in a different window. That's so it's easier for me to read. Looks like there's no buffering today. I hope there will be no buffering at the end of the stream when I start praying, because that's when it usually happens. Reese Gray, hey, I'm saying it right. You are the first one. Thank you so much for $10. And there's a message from Canada for Mr. Popular. That's not me. I think you're mistaken someone. Is there Mr. Popular here? You, Mr. Popular? You? Perhaps you? Anyway, there is no Mr. Popular here. It was good to see you on Nikki's streaming earlier today. Hope you do a video together sometimes. Would you say if Russian students are taught about the world on or mostly Russia? All right, I got your message. I got your question. Give me a couple minutes. Let me greet everyone. Thank you for $10. Thanks for the support. Hello again, Kenneth Williams. Hello again. It seems like we don't part. You know, it's like stream after stream after stream. Boy, I'm tired. I was at the stream of Crazy Russian Sergey and then Nikki Proshin. And then right after I left his stream, I fell asleep. Just turned myself off like this. Boom. Then I woke up and I'm like, wow, I missed my stream. I actually overslept, but it was like 20 minutes before the stream. So it seems like it goes non-stop. But you know what? I cannot stop. I made a promise to keep on showing up every day, and that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'll keep on doing in the future until at least this operation stops. So hello everyone, hello mods, hello usual suspects, serial super chatters, you know, new sponsors, old sponsors. I see questions. If you want me to notice your questions, please type them in caps, because it's really hard for me to see them in non-caps. R.C. Welcome to Undercover in Russia. That's the third level of sponsorship. Thank you so much. We have two RCs, R.C. and RC. Okay, and both are welcome. Thank you for becoming the sponsor. Message from Czech. Michal Švechla. Completely agree. Greetings from Czech. Thanks for the support and thanks for the agreeing. Double likes. Thank you very much. Every time a Czech person says something nice, touches my heart. Thank you. Jim Lin, Konstantin, could you explain the darker side of the term Russian world peace in relation to older generation? Aloha from Hawaii. Well, first of all, aloha to Hawaii. Love from Tashkent. But I don't understand the question. What is Russian world and peace? MNP. I don't understand what this is. Could you please explain? Beth M says your insight is so informative and poignant. I wish I knew what is poignant. But thank you so much. I understand it's something good. Agree with Constantine. Agree 100%. Agree 100%. Good, good. It means that you, my audience, people who come and watch me all the time, we have the same values and we have same outlook for life. And very miraculous how YouTube has helped to connect us, you know. It's amazing. There was a $20 super chat, but the message was deleted by Robert Bates. Lance Lachelle. Lance, isn't it Heidi Wolf? Heidi, just email me your question, please. You know that Robert is trying extra hard to keep me safe. There are circumstances that he knows, and most of you here don't know. So don't get upset, okay? He's just being super nice and super good for me. Reese, would you say if Russian students are taught about the world or mostly Russia? When I was growing up in the USSR, that was the best education system in the world. Soviet education was absolutely unbelievable. Russian education was, you know, you cannot destroy a system that had been established and run by so many years. So when the Soviet Union fell apart, we still had good, excellent education system for some number of years. Okay, I would say through the 90s, throughout the 90s, and even now, it's not too bad. Okay, used to be much better, and the students were taught about the world, about Russia, about like everything, everything. I came out of school and I studied geography in high school as everyone else did, and then I took a college course, geography like 301 in the United States because it was a prerequisite. I had to take a geography course for economics, and we had a quiz, and it was so easy for me because I studied a long time ago in high school what they were studying in college, in university in the United States, and that was like a midterm or something like that, and I did the work in 5 minutes, and all the students were sitting there for 45 minutes. Okay, and in 5 minutes, I turned in my paper, and the professor was really surprised. He said, "What's up?" I said, "Well, I kind of know this stuff. I already studied it." He goes, "Where?" "In Russia." He goes, "Oh, did you go and study geography major at school?" And I was gonna tell him no, I studied in the high school, but he wouldn't believe me anyway. So I said, "Yeah, I was geography major." He goes, "Oh, no problem. You know what? This A for you, don't have to show up in my class anymore." I was not geography major. I was at high school. Each one of us. That just tells you how great educational system in the USSR was. Again, Heidi Lance Lachelle, I think this is Heidi Wolf. I could be wrong though. Please don't get upset. Much appreciated, $20. The message is appreciated. Just email me. I'm always open for questions in private, so please do. €5 from Ansu Susanen. Free speech, future greetings from Finland. Hello, Finland. Hello, Ansu. Free speech, future. You know what? I would love to have that in Russia. Free speech, future. No free speech present anymore. Yarn Prepper, thank you for posting the Telegram link. Look, there have been rumors about Russian government shutting off YouTube, and it can happen anytime, and it can happen in any way. For example, they can simply block for Russians access to YouTube. While I'm in Uzbekistan, I can sit and have access to YouTube because Uzbekistan is actually a freer country than Russia right now. Okay, who would have not? Who would have thought? But there could be other ways to block YouTube to limit Russians from even posting on YouTube. And I hope they will not happen. But if they do, then Telegram will be the last pillar of us communicating. You will be always able to find information about me on Telegram. Right now, I don't do much on Telegram. I just post announcements for upcoming streams. But if worst comes to worst, I can stream from Telegram. I can, you know, make updates, and it's really important. If you like my channel, if you like my messages, please sign up to my Telegram channel. There are a couple super chats from Tom Reinerston. Viva Las Vegas, brother Konstantin. You are forgiven for all. Our new favorite show, Konstantin Prayer. Prayer Hour. Love you. Thank you so much. Viva Las Vegas indeed. The most amazing place I've ever been in my life. Las Vegas. The most amazing. A few places that really shocked me. One was Rome. I am a fan of Roman Republic and Empire history. I've studied a lot. That's a hobby I had. And Rome really amazed me. London is another place. Paris, New York. What else? But I tell you, Las Vegas, there's nothing like Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a city of wonders. So thank you for your support. Exploring with Azunas, super sticker of $5. Thank you so much. Tom, I like your our new favorite show, Konstantin Prayer Hour. Leo, $5. After Nikki and Crazy Russian Sergey, sorry for the annoyance. Long time no see, right? By the way, I tried to do super chats, send super chats to both Crazy Russian Sergey and Nikki, and I couldn't do that. YouTube somehow limits Uzbekistan features. First of all, I have a YouTube Premium, and usually I can just minimize and still hear what, like, the video would not stop. I would still hear the sound, although the screen on my telephone is black. In Uzbekistan, I cannot do that somehow, and I cannot super chat anyone. Super stickers or super chats are allowed from this location. Really, really strange. Erin Garrett, $5. No message. Thank you so much. $5 is a very strong message. Thank you. Faith Russet, chats were great. They sure were. Simon, that sounds strange. Sure is. Sure is strange. Rico Suave, I think. Is there any pros of living under an authority versus democracy? Yes, there are. And don't start throwing rocks for the censor at me. Not for me. Never I will live under authority, autocracy. For a person who has smelled freedom, who breathed freedom, who lived in freedom, it's impossible to go back. Well, it's physically possible, but it would be a tragedy, because there's nothing like freedom. Once you understand that you're responsible for your life, you make decisions that affect your life. No one, your success or failure is not up to anyone but yourself. Okay, that's liberating. That's intoxicating. That's how you want to live. If you experience something like that and then go back to autocracy, depression, suicide, bad things, bad health, bad like diseases and stuff like that. Some people in Russia and other countries who have never been outside of Russia, who were born and lived in the USSR, who actually value stability over freedom, who like to be decided by the government of what to do. To them, living under freedom is scary because you have to make decisions. Realizing that everything is up to you is scary after you live when someone tells you how to live. I think this is it. I hope I answered your question. To some people, living under autocracy is good. They've done that all their lives. They don't want any changes. And to some people, it's death. Good question. Thank you, Rico. Thanks for the $5 too. Simon, and the last name is so easy that I don't even dare to say it. Gessenschmidt. Gessenschmidt, right? Sounds German. €5 super chat to all brave Russians like you. I'm not sure whether I'm brave. I'm honest. I'm honest. I say everything the way it is. I get scared before doing some of live streams. In the past, I got scared quite a bit. I was scared before every single stream, and then I kind of gotten used to it. Now it's much better, but there are some topics when I bring up, I'm scared, so I'm not so brave. I still do them, but trust me. At one point, in not too recent time, when I heard something, anyway, I'm not gonna say much, but at one point, I was sitting and I was looking at something and I was seeing myself and my palms started sweating. I was so scared and my knees were weak. Okay. Perhaps in the future I will tell you about this, what happened, but it's definitely not good for anyone to know right now. Czech Republic. I agree with you. People, especially young people, are the future of any country. Losing them is never a good sign. And that's from Zdenek Pavlatka. Zdenek. Thanks for the support. Thanks for agreeing with me. And, well, actually not agreeing, but thanks for the same opinion. You see, what Russia is doing, it's not just losing them, okay, but it's alienating them and pushing them away, okay? That's what it's doing. And that's a tragedy. It's actually not even a tragedy. It's crazy. It's simple crazy. It keeps on shooting itself into one food, then another food, then it shoots later, then it shoots more, then it shoots more. And I'm looking at this and I don't understand. There's people in the authority, I don't believe they're dumb. I don't, because you cannot get the position, high position, and be dumb. But they must have different kind of way of thinking that me and like average people do. They think somehow differently. $10 from Karen Larman. Greetings from Kennebunk, Maine. No way. Kennebunk. Old Orchard Beach, Saco, Biddeford here. Sending you gentle breezes, salt air, and instead of strawberries, wild blueberries. Hey, wait a second. Don't try to fool me. Wild blueberries harvest is June or July. So not yet. But, send me some. I would love them. One of the best things. OOB, you know it, Old Orchard Beach. Thank you for insights every day. Thank you so much. Kennebunk. I took my driver's license test on Kennebunk. Drove around like there's a tiny downtown. Then there was a guy one time in Kennebunk. His name is. Let me tell you stories about Kennebunk. I have a couple stories. I'll get back to you on that. Trent driver, $20. Hi, big guy from Toronto, Canada. Your daily talks tell me that behind the politicians there are lots of good people like you who just want to live in peace with their fellow earthlings. That's me. You looking at him. I'm sending you love to Toronto, Canada, okay? There are so many people like me who don't want events, conflicts, wars, fighting, bloodshed, who want to live peacefully ever after with everyone being our friends, being able to travel, being able to get welcomed by others, welcome others, and so forth. So trust me, the politicians, let me tell you, with our systems, how we run this humanity thing, we have taken a wrong turn, took a wrong turn sometime in the past. There's something wrong, really, really deeply wrong going on, because instead of just being joyous, leading joyous lives, we have this. What the fudge? Thank you so much. TJ wants new bands. Me too. I also want a new bands. $10. Do you think Westerners, specifically Canadians, are welcomed in the new federation? I always wanted an apartment in Perm or Yekaterinburg. На здоровье, friend. Cheers. Cheers to you. Unbelievable. How long has been buffering for? It's Am I back online? Where did you lose me? At which phrase? Couple minutes, I think. Wow. I answered couple questions. I answered the super chat question from Sweden. I gotta do it again. Anyway, I'll be very short. I gave a very long answer. I apologize for buffering. You can easily come to Russia. You'll be safe. Russians are nice people at heart. Recently, some creatures came out of many Russians, but I hope it's temporarily. So please come and visit Winter Palace, St. Petersburg, Moscow. Doesn't matter. You'll be welcomed. You'll find it very nice. Okay. A lot of people in the larger camp that supports this operation, they blame Westerners for the sanctions, and they think it's the war that been. Is it buffering again? That's been started against Russia, but the other Russians, they know that every single action has a reaction, and they know that the sanctions not just like appeared not out of thin air. Okay. Lorna, Konstantin, we lose you about the same time we stream. I know, but there is no technical explanation to this phenomena. There's something going on, because every time before the prayer, it's you lose me. It starts buffering. Something happens. Okay, my telephone does not get hot. Okay, there is no interference. Nothing like that. It's the mobile signal. It just from 4G from LTE it goes to 3G like that, and it happens. I don't understand. Whew. Canadian person reply about Perm, right? You can, I forgot. You can easily come and visit Perm. You'll be welcomed there. You'll be very surrounded by the comforts, and let me read the question again. Hang on. Mods, couple minutes and I'll wrap it up. I'm sorry for this interruption. I do not see the super chat. That's a bummer. Jeff Gordon, was it you? I don't think so. But anyway, why do you think the politicians are buddying up with China? Well, not only USSR had a clash with China, we had a war with China. Very few people know, but there was a little war, very short one, couple days. We fought for an island in one of the rivers on the border between China and the USSR, and Chinese took over the island and kicked out Russians, and Russian army struck back so forcefully that I think the Chinese were destroyed there, and they never made any claims ever again. I don't think they forgot about that. I think they still remember. They want to take revenge. Russian politicians don't understand that. They're buddying up with China, and China is the worst threat that Russia has faced. Russia is going to be so weak soon, and China is going to eat us for breakfast and not going to even chew. It's going to swallow in one piece, you know. I lost a super chat because kind of reset everything. I forgot what this question from Canadian guy was. If you could, no super chat needed. Just repeat the question in caps, and I will answer it right now. I forgot something about visiting China or visiting Russia, and something about why politicians, we are politicians, like regular people want peace. Am I right? Aaron, maybe you should sage your apartment. What does sage an apartment means? To put holy water everywhere and stuff like that? You know what? I'm kind of thinking about that because I'm serious. You know, Ni or Nai Beal, 20 euro. Thank you so much. We're gonna pray anyway. Hi, that's a easy name to pronounce. Lagven, Lagtven, Lagtven. Nicky Proshin said he wants to do an interview with you. We're actually in touch with him. He emailed me. We're gonna do something this week together. We're still trying to figure this out. I was so amazed today. I thought Nicky Proshin was 19 years old. He looks so young, but he turns out to be 27. I thought, how can 19-year-old kid be so deep in his thoughts, can assess the situation so rightfully, you know? And then I learned he's 27. I'm like, wow, that answers a lot of questions. There's another super chat I'll answer real quick. Susan Hardley, U.S. Air Force vet. Let me show you something what I have here. Hang on 1 second. It's a little wrinkly, but this is a t-shirt I have. It's a present. Believe it or not, I've had it in 20 years, 20 plus years. And it's still like brand new. I don't know if you can see that. Hang on. Helped him out somehow, and then he gave me this t-shirt. You said Uzbek is stricter than Russian with many laws. Are you concerned about locals flagging you for anything said while you are there? Worried for you? Okay, great question, and yes. Now I'm being reminded by not even the mods, but just sponsors. Okay, Uzbekistan is, well, was, now it's a little less strict, but it was a tremendous autocracy, okay? It's hard to explain. back few years when I was here 10 years ago, I would definitely stayed low than the grass. Okay, I tried to stay off raiders. I did 2 videos watch about me working in Uzbekistan. It was a miracle they didn't get us. Now things are much better, much more freedom here, and I'm not worried about Uzbek ratting me out or flagging me or whatever, because they don't care as long as I'm not against Uzbek government. As long as I'm not opposition to the government of Uzbekistan. That's it. I can say anything I want to. And I have some friends in high places in Uzbekistan. Even if they got me for something, I would make a few telephone calls and I would get help. One of people I know, he knows and he speaks directly to the president of Uzbekistan. So I'm not too worried about my personal safety here, but it used to be so different, okay? Teapot timer says 10 minutes. You see, I slept before the stream, so I'm full of energy. That's why I'm going. All right. Now, wrapping this up. I found a super chat from the Benz guy. Do you think Westerners, specifically Canadians, are welcome in a new federation? Always want an apartment in Perm and in Ekaterinburg. Yes. Let me repeat that again. You are welcome, still welcome, will be welcome in Perm, Ekaterinburg. People there are amazing. They're better than in Moscow because their harsher weather conditions make them softer, warmer. So no worries there. Don't worry about like your personal. Foreigners are welcome and will be welcome for at least quite some time. I like your name. TJ wants new bands. Trust me, you won't get a Benz in Perm anymore because Benz decided to pull out of Russia and stopped selling Benzes, and the ones you can still buy are about 10 times more expensive than they were 2 months ago. That's crazy. I witnessed it with my own eyes. There's a Benz dealership right next to the place where I live, and used to cost 5 million rubles, now 55, 50 to 55. They have few left. It's basically an auction. The highest bidder gets it. The last super chat I'm going to answer from David Joseph. Thank you so much, €5. Russia was demographically already in trouble. Oh yes, you know your Russian stuff. Can't overeat cheap mortgage for families. Do you see effects more due to your affinity to the West? Do you see effects more due to your affinity to the West? I didn't get that. I don't understand what it is. But Russia was demographically in trouble now. Disaster. Complete disaster. I don't know how many millions have left or will leave soon, but there have been so many people. It's like exodus. Okay, if you go to Russian airports and see, planes are packed. Not too many planes left, by the way. People trying to get out to Russia, to Finland, by car, by food. I think they just forbade Russian trucks to go to Europe or outside of Russia, or cars. Just crazy, man. That's crazy. Lorraine Enman Eldred, thank you for $5 super sticker. My friends, I would like to finish the stream and invite everyone to pray with me and with us. Again, non-believers and believers are welcome. I don't make any difference between a believer and non-believer. I find that the difference from people who say or who are said to be believers or not is very made up by people, because we all have hearts, our hearts beating, and we all have love in our hearts. Some more, some perhaps less love, but we all do have love to someone. And I've yet to see one person without love, really. And if you have love in your heart, all it matters. That's it. then you have God in your heart, in you, and you can believe, you cannot believe. It doesn't make any single difference as long as you have heart and love in your heart. And if even if you don't believe in God, God in your heart sees you, He knows you, and He believes in you. So please join me in prayer and spend just a couple minutes. Send good wishes to the world and to the people. Thank you so much. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us food on our table, keeping us fed, not hungry, keeping us warm, keeping us in apartments or houses, not on the streets, giving us roof over our heads, giving us warmth, putting people that we love around us, children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, parents, grandparents, our families, friends, colleagues, just good people. Thank you for that. Thank you for leading us, giving us signs, giving us miracles in our lives every day. Some of those miracles we recognize and we understand. Most of them we don't. But thank you for giving us miracles every single day. I would like to ask you to bring peace to Ukraine. In one way or another, stop the bloodshed. Help every single Ukrainian who has been affected by this event or bloodshed, or who's been lucky to stay away from it but still needs help. Please help every single Ukrainian. Please help all the people in the Ukrainian army, in the Russian army. Please stop the bloodshed, stop the killings. Give people who are in charge of making decisions whether to continue or to stop, give them wisdom and sense so they can understand what they have done. Open their hearts so they and fill them with love, so they will feel mercy and compassion to people in Ukraine, and open their eyes so they can see what horrors have been done in their names, and they will be terrified and will stop that as soon as possible. Please help regular people of Ukraine. Stop the bloodshed. Dear God, please help my country, Russia. Please send strong angels with very sharp swords, sharpest swords, to fight and get rid of demons that have hijacked my country, and send them to hell where they belong. Have angels run my country and make it shine again. Make it a good neighbor, peaceful neighbor to everyone. Does not put threats on other countries, the neighbors, but instead just a good friend and a good member of international community. Our children, so they're grown better than us. They will rule this world in a way that they're friends to each other and not never will be fighting as long as they live. Please help our race, help us raise our kids this way. Please help those who help Ukraine, who are currently helping Ukraine. There are so many people on the ground in Ukraine risking their lives just to provide support, help, and relief to Ukrainian people. There are so many people outside of Ukraine who have stood up and providing help in one way or another, who providing support. Please help them and touch them with your hand. Please help all the people in this chat who are praying with me. Please answer their prayers and grant their wishes. Whatever they want to happen, please make it happen. Please reach out your hand and touch each one of them, touch their heads and touch their hearts, and fill them with love and fill them with goodness. There are some people in this chat who have asked to be named specifically. They need help. So I would like to name their names. They are Sharon, Shay, Rafaela From, and her daughter Anna, William Schaffner, Elena, Michael, Jake, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Natasha, Rebecca Witzman, Melissa Defoe Asabowanki, Buzz Selman, Kyle and his wife, Anne Mary B, Jean-Paul, Paula McDonald, Jane Hancock, and my moderators, Lorna Pinball, Julie F, Harry Potman, Yarn Prepper, Robert Bates, Mommy. Please help them too. They did not ask me to be mentioned in my prayer, but I just want to mention them because they've been putting so many efforts into helping me. So please also reach out and touch their hearts and fill them with goodness. Thank you very much. Amen. Thank you, my friends. Thanks for joining me. That was a good stream. Thank you. I will see you all tomorrow. And good night.